Snot-nosed guide service. It's December the 3rd, I think. Second Saturday of Maryland firearm season. It's about 7:15, 50 degrees, and rain. I've been hunched over most of the morning trying to keep my scope and my receiver dry. I've seen 2 deer so far at about 200 yards just before sunrise. I got my good friend Jimmy back over here, about 100 yards from me, at the same tree stand I was at last weekend. He's a trooper. He said, if you're going, I'm going. I don't mind getting wet. I said, okay, I'll see you in the morning. And if anybody in this woods today deserves a big buck, it's him. But honestly, if that big buck walks past me first, I'm not going to let it walk to him. So, I don't know, I might, we'll see. Like I say, he's a really deserving guy. If a big buck comes out, I hope it goes in front of him and he drops it. I really do. He deserves it. He really does. So, alright, stay tuned. Okay, everybody. Well, my buddy Jimmy and I are back for the afternoon sit. It started pouring down rain around 8:30 this morning. We decided it was a better option just to get down, go get something to eat, go to Cabela's, and come back out. When we came back out, the deer were out. We let those deer work off before we came in the woods. Well, you guys probably can't see me, but that's going to conclude the last day of the Maryland firearm season, 2022. There's a 3-day season coming in January, but that's all, folks. It was definitely a successful season this far for me. I'm very grateful for that. But on that note, I think that's going to be a wrap. It's a more so bitter than it is sweet. It's just bitter. So, anyway, hour 15, 20 minutes of shooting light. We're about as far back as we can get. So, that's that. How I look? Good. It is the following Monday after the rifle season. Slightly depressing. It just kind of sucks because once you're through gun season, it's pretty much done. Season's just about over. It ain't over till some fat lady sings, but man, it just sucks. These last 2 weeks have been fun. They've been real fun. They've been a slight breath of fresh air, really. I mean, I tagged on a really nice buck in Maryland the first day, which has never happened for me personally, but it makes me feel like a sigh of relief. If this battery dies, I apologize. I'll use the phone. But I got a doe and a buck first day. I was like, okay, perfect. We got some meat in the freezer, got one for the wall. Awesome. So there was no real hard stress and pressure to kill a nice buck the entire 2 weeks, but I was all about filling that extra tag I had. So to recap that, I'm trying to think here. Oh, it wasn't until last week I decided to buy the bonus buck tag from Maryland. I had a buck tag for PA. I didn't see a single buck in Pennsylvania this year worth shooting. I don't think, anyway. some basket racks showed up. I didn't see anything worth shooting in PA this year as far as bucks go. I tagged one doe in PA, a bunch of does in Maryland this year. I did pretty good on that back in muzzleloader season and a few in archery season. Um,
Right there, boys. Right there. I just got 3 deer, I think, in one day.
but yeah, as far as the rifle season goes, there's a 3-day season coming up next month. I love that because it's just like a final little push and then you're done. You know, for me, I don't really bow hunt much after the first gun season. I don't really care to. I think more so because the deer are so heavily pressured and they're so finicky and they're so hard to pattern and they're hard to get up on. You know, with less cover, they're back on that food bedding source, which is great, but they're very sensitive to corn piles now, and they're very sensitive around ag fields because they've been shot at and notice people. But anyway, enough bickering and whatever. Just kind of babbling here with no purpose. I wanted to say my plan is next week. I might do a muzzleloader hunt. I haven't done a late season muzzleloader hunt. Well, I did one last year, I think. I'll probably do a late season muzzleloader hunt in Maryland. But that's more so of a scouting / prepping operation for January. Run down there. I got a new spot picked out for the second rifle season. It's way in the back. Only because I feel the reason we did not see deer, my friend Jimmy and I, we did not see deer these last 2 hunts. I seen 2 does way off in the distance 2 weeks ago, and then didn't see anything last weekend. That property usually has a lot of deer all the time, but I think what's going on, and I don't think I could be wrong, but I think what's going on is, those deer there are so comfortable with humans and people and how people do their thing and all that stuff that doesn't bother them. But once you get to the hunting season, the deer are more finicky and more picky in that area and won't tolerate human intrusion nearly as if they would have 3 months ago. Early archery season, those deer didn't care I was in the woods, but they cared enough to pay attention to me. October, same thing. They didn't care as much, but they're like, let's just kind of chill out, bro, And then November comes, and they're not tolerating anymore. They're being pushed around by people. They're like, okay, we're being shot at now. More guys are in the woods hunting. Let's just. So I left the property sit for most of November. I sat there one time in November until gun season, and it helped me out. It really benefited me. Last year I put a good bit of pressure on that property in archery season November to see 1 deer all month, and then see that same deer opening the rifle season. So I do believe that this year I did a good job with that property as far as not putting any pressure on it from like October 20th all the way through the rut, all the way till Thanksgiving and gun season. I didn't put any pressure on it as far as hunting goes, so I thought that was a huge benefit for the property. I think that was a determining factor in getting that buck opening day, because I have a hard time with bucks daylighting over there during hunting season. Speaking of bucks on that property, I'm going to put a picture in here. I have 2 absolute hammers on camera. I don't know if they score. I don't care if they score, but if I see them, oh boy, it's gonna be hard to pick. I got a repeat buck from last year. That buck had a squirrely side last year. This year he's all mass, tall and tight, and he's just a stud. And then there's a new buck that's a 9-pointer that just looks really cool. He's got some twists and turns and kicker, and it's awesome looking. Anyway, I'll post a picture and show you guys. But anyway, I got one more buck tag. I got my PA tag, which I probably ain't gonna fill. It's no big deal. I mean, my PA tag gets eaten pretty often. I got one more PA doe tag. Like I said, I probably won't hunt PA anymore this season. If I do, it'd be a quick bow hunt just because I'm bored or something. But my main focus is Maryland the rest of the season because there's muzzleloader. I think I started today. We're gonna start this Saturday. I can't remember. Anyway, there's muzzleloader season, then there's 3 days of gun season, that's archery season, and primitive season. So Jimmy and I are gonna be down there for the second rifle season. I need to get him on some deer. I need to get him to tag a few deer down there. I need him to do that. I hunted at least one sit every single day for the whole 2 weeks, with the exception of the one Sunday I couldn't get out. I did a lot of hunting, a lot of shooting. I missed 2 deer in one day, but I snapped that third one pretty quick. I dropped their ass. Didn't get on camera. I was in a hunting mode, not in a filming mode. But successful 2 weeks for rifle season in both states. My deer head is at the taxidermist right now, getting mounted up. I can't wait till that comes back. I'm excited for that one. Thank all of y'all, all y'all. Thank all of y'all for staying tuned, sticking, watching, wasting your time, whatever you want to call it. It's been really cool this year to have more interaction with people. I know it sounds crazy, but through my TikTok video, somebody's like, "Hey, you're that guy off TikTok." I'm like, "What's up?" You know, a little bit of a starstruck moment, if you will. It's pretty funny. I want to thank everybody for watching stuff, commenting, liking, subscribing, thumbs up, all of it. I really do appreciate it. It's really cool to get that kind of, you know, morale and boasting, whatever you want to call it. I'm no superstar. I'm no whatever. I'm just another idiot from town. So we're going to be shooting some deer like this, and it's not over till it's over, folks. Just understand that. Did some walking around, some exploring. It's not over till it's over. I have confidence it's going to be a good finishing of the season here in a few weeks. So anyway, enough babbling. Like, comment.